What is going on, guys? In this video I'm gonna share with you how to start playing Lies of P, which is a new upcoming hardcore RPG inspired by the Pinocchio story, and the gameplay is highly similar to that of Bloodborne or the Souls series in general. That's why the term Souls-like, and it is looking pretty good. So I am going to talk about the mechanics in this video to prepare you for what's to come in the main game, or if you haven't yet played the demo, I highly recommend you do that after this video. But let's get right into it. When you start in the demo of Lies of P, you will be faced with 3 weapon choices, and if you switch to the character display pad, you can see the attributes you start with, so you can see the scaling of these, let's say, classes. So you're going to need to level up these stats to make your weapon stronger and increase your survivability. To do so in the game, you will have Ergo as your XP currency. It's just like Souls and Dark Souls. You will be gaining Ergo from taking down enemies, but also you can gain them from Ergo fragments and special fragments from bosses that can also be used for other special uses, just like the boss souls in Dark Souls. To level up though, you will be needing to go to Sophia in the Hotel Krat, which serves as a hub area in the game. With her, you can use your Ergo to level up your stats. In the game, your weapons scale with certain stats, so if you put points in that stat, you will be doing a lot more damage with that weapon. Not only that, if you do have a weapon you like, but it doesn't scale with the stat you're currently leveling, you can go to the technician to change the scaling a bit to match it with the stat you're leveling the most. But you will need rare material to do so, and you can also upgrade your blades to the next tier with the materials you find to make it stronger. The weapons in the game will have 2 parts, a blade part and a handle part, which is you can assemble other weapons, blades with other handles to change the damage output and the moveset with that of another weapon. Not only that, the game also has Fable abilities with each weapon part. These are unique combat abilities, from doing strong combo attacks to blocking, parrying, and buffing. Also here you can make use of switching out parts to choose the Fable abilities you want. To be able to use these unique abilities, you will be needing to charge up your Fable meter. Those are the bars below the stamina bar. To charge them, it is done by attacking the enemies, but also you can use the item Fable Catalyst to fill it. To the bottom right below your weapon parts, you can see how many Fable bars you need to perform this ability. Weapons can be found throughout the game and will have a different Fable abilities, so be sure to explore everything to get them. There are also going to be special weapons where the 2-part system doesn't apply, because you basically are just using the whole weapon. If you look above your weapon parts display, you can see a gray bar. This presents the durability of the weapon and can be fixed by using the grinder item, where you fix it with your Legion arm. If the weapon is almost at its breaking point, it goes red and you will be deflecting off enemies when you hit them, so you will know when your weapon needs a grind. But if you do happen to break your weapon fully, you can fix it by resting at the Stargazers. These will serve as checkpoints to restock your pulse cells, the healing item in the game, and it will also reset the enemies in the area. If you do die in the game, you will be respawning here, and where you died, you have a chance to gain your lost Ergo back. And if you do die in boss fights, the remains will be before the entrance of the battle. An interesting mechanic is that when you do run out of cells to heal you, you can charge 1 up every time by attacking enemies, but for every full charge cell, the next charge will go much slower than before. With the Stargazer, you can travel to other checkpoints and also change your Legion arm. This arm can be swapped out with other Legion arms you find throughout the game to change its ability, adding more to the overall gameplay. Later, you can modify these arms to make them much stronger and create new tactics to use them. To unlock more Legion arms, you will be needing to collect core parts in the game and then go to the technician, so she will make them for you. Now, let's talk about the combat that I found myself remembering. When I first started playing Dark Souls 1, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But we start off with the blocking in the game, because you're going to be doing this a lot. Or you can spam the dodge roll if you're lucky. If you do block in the game, you will take damage, but you can gain back that health you lost by attacking the enemy. Kinda similar to Bloodborne, only if you do get hit without blocking, you won't be able to get your health back. But here comes the perfect block in play. This happens when you block right just before the attack is about to hit you. not only makes it you didn't take damage and lose durability, it also has a chance to break the enemy's weapon and builds up the groggy state where when active you can see enemy health bars flashing white, and if you hit them with a heavy attack or a heavy fable ability, they will be open for a fatal strike to do massive damage. And it also cleanses the health enemies can regenerate back when they got hit by your attacks. So it is beneficial that you do perfect blocks, not only to make the enemy in a groggy state, but enemies will do a fury attack flashing up red that deals massive damage that cannot be blocked normally or dodged through. You can still dodge backwards to avoid it because it doesn't hit you, but the fury attacks can still be blocked by a perfect block. For the regular encounters with lesser enemies, they do stagger when you hit them, so as long as you do the first hit, they're easy to take down, and for some enemies you can also maneuver to their backs to do a fatal backstab on them to take them out quickly, which does also give you invincibility frames when performing them. For strong enemies though, you gotta be more on your game with these ones because they don't stagger right away, but do a brief moment if you do some damage to them. So the play here is to get them in a groggy state by perfect blocks, the Legion arm, heavy attacks and fable abilities. Well, and of course die, learn, repeat as much as you like it or not. For boss fights, you have an option to summon a Spectre before it that will spawn when you enter the boss room to help you out. A very interesting mechanic in the game is the lying aspect of the Pinocchio story. When you do lie in the game, you will get a display that your strings are reacting, but in the demo you don't really see anything change that much. Could be like the world tendency in Demon Souls or just another story path and endings, because to enter the Hotel Krat you do have to lie, you're not a puppet to get in, but if you do tell the truth you can simply not enter and there's no other way in, so you gotta lie on this one. But later you do find a woman by a window to search for her baby to start a side quest. If you do bring back the baby, which is just a puppet baby, she will ask you how her baby looks, and to lie you can tell she's cute, or to tell the truth you can tell that she's a puppet. If you did lie, you will get the display your strings are reacting, but you gain a better reward because she will give you a music record which you can listen to in the hub area in the Hotel Krat. You also get a clear aggro fragment, whereas if you tell the truth she said you were lying and you only will get a clear fragment from her. But you also don't get the display that your strings are reacting. Might be something to do with that you are going to end up becoming human because of the Pinocchio story. If you do listen to the music record in the hub area, you will get the same display when you lied, but I'm not sure what it eventually adds to the overall gameplay. For your gear, you can equip up to 2 weapons at a time, but this will increase your weight, making it so that if you are too heavy, you are much slower in mobility. So you gotta level up your equipment weight to equip more stuff without being overburdened. You also can find amulets with passive bonuses and switch out your defense parts to make you take less damage. But do note, stronger parts will weigh much more, so you will lag in mobility if it is too heavy. You can change your outfit as well, which doesn't really affect the game, but only how you look. Further, you can also use items like buffing up your weapon to apply for status effects on enemies, which also can be done to you. Throwables to take down enemies afar, and recovery items. But you also got Jiminy at your side that will act as a guide throughout the game that makes the story come out much more alive. In the game, you will encounter special dimensional butterflies as well that can be taken down to gain useful material. But if you do end up taking too long, they will escape to another dimension, so you will be needing to rest at a stargazer to make them respawn. After beating the scrapped watchman at the city hall, you will unlock the P organ. Here you can use your quartz, a special material you can find to link upgrades into a phase slot. When you linked 2 upgrades in one phase, this one will be charged up to progress to the tier 2 phases, but you will need to charge several phases in tier 1 first to reach tier 2 and so on. Guys, that was all I got for you to get you started playing Lies of P. I'm very excited about this game. It is looking really good after playing the demo. If you haven't yet done it, I recommend you do play it, especially if you're a big Souls-like fan. You will enjoy it. But I hope this video was helpful. If it did, you could leave a like to support the video. If you got some questions about the game, leave them in the comment section. And if you haven't yet subscribed, now is a great time to do so because you're getting more content like this one. I thank you for watching and I see you in the next one.